Hi all, Lexi with Helix Stitchcraft here. I just wanted to make a little video today, talk about what I'm working on. Um, so I still have the commission robe going and I'll include some pictures here. Alright, that's my commission robe. So from here the only thing left to do is attach the yellow and orange color from the hood to the bottom of the robe along the collar line. Um, then put an inside pocket, which I want to share. I went to a place called Making Space Thrift. It is a it is the only craft reuse store I could find in my entire state, unfortunately. However, I walked in there and the first thing I saw was the perfect material to use as the pocket liner on my commission robe, and I could not have been more excited. I went in there that day. I found some of that. I found some vintage Karen Simply Soft and some Susan Bait hooks, which now that I have discovered I prefer inline, I was thrilled about. Um, yeah, the robe just needs its inside pocket and a belt, and then it will be done about a month and a half earlier than it was commissioned to be done by. So I'm pretty proud of that. Feeling pretty good. On another note, I have been working on and have almost finished now. I have one half, roughly, maybe a little more than half of this last cake of Nebula, the Big Twist Supernova yarn, into my Bag O' Day Easy One Row Repeat shawl. I am in love with this thing, and my goal is to have it done so that I can wear it next week when we have our probably final snowstorm for the year. So, while watching this tutorial, Crystal from Bag O' Day was doing something I've never seen done before. When she reaches the end of a row, she does a chain one and then does her next stitch into the same stitch that she did the chain one from. This has created such a clean line. I'm so impressed that I went ahead and I carried that thought over to the dress I have started for my 4-year-old. This will eventually be laced so that she can wear it this summer and it can grow with her over the next couple. Hopefully she'll be able to wear it minimally as a shirt for a couple of years. But look at how clean that line is. Look at how straight that is. I cannot get over how clean that is. My edges have never looked so good. So thank you, Crystal. I love it. This yarn for this dress in particular is a funny little story. Years ago, I had started a rainbow blanket for my rainbow baby. And this is a Lion brand. I believe it's a tweed yarn that they were doing for a while there. I had ordered the colorway Dice, and when I ordered a blanket amount to make a blanket, um, I think only 4 or 5 of them out of the like 10 or so that I ordered came and they actually matched. They all said that they were the same colorway on the band, but none of them looked the same. In fact, I have 2 other cakes. They didn't come as cake. Well, I don't remember. Honestly, it was like 2019. They might have come as cakes, but I have recaked these. These are not the same colors. Look at this. These all claim to be the same yarn, but they are not the same colors. Okay, fun. They can be paired together kind of sorta in certain things, but I've struggled with it, and that blanket never happened because I never got the yarn I needed. I tried to do half rainbow and half gray, and my oldest daughter, the rainbow baby, said, well, I don't want the gray clouds. I don't want the storm on my blanket. I'm sorry, I had to take pause for my kids. So, where was I? The Lion brand dice yarn. We never ended up with enough. of the actual same colorway. She didn't like the gray on it, so it just never became a thing. I ripped it back and considered it a pride shawl for a friend of mine who absolutely loved it. So, anyway, I have a question for you all. As I've been doing this, you can see the line where I've jumped to the next row very clearly. Even this far back, you can see it. How do I prevent that? This is absolutely the cleanest it has ever looked on anything I've made. I've not really done wearables until recently, but it's the cleanest I think it's ever looked. However, you can still very distinctly see it. And I just want to know if anybody has any more suggestions. What I did this time is I continued, as I jumped rows even, to do as Crystal did on the shawl pattern and do the chain one and then go into the next stitch and keep going. I don't know where to go from here. I'm just making it up as I go. I'm gonna just keep going and making it as long as I can for her. My tiny is absolutely thrilled because my oldest is my rainbow baby. We had a couple losses and struggled to have her. And so my youngest is my pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So having a rainbow baby, my oldest gets all of the rainbow things. So when my youngest realized yesterday as I was working on this, she says, "Mommy, do I get a rainbow dress?" And I said, "Yeah, it looks like you're getting a rainbow dress." And she just was so thrilled. It was the cutest thing. She doesn't normally get the rainbows, but she gets a rainbow. So I'm making this pattern up. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's just half doubles. I created a band and then I started going in the round once I got to this stage and doing double crochets. I did for 10 rows. Oh, the first one I did 2 in each stitch to create that like pleat kind of. But yeah, then I did 10 rows of doubles and now I'm just doing probably 10 rows of triples. Just trying to make it flowy and use up the rest of the skein. I've got this left to try to put into that dress. Of course, that meant that my oldest daughter also wants one. So I've started hers and I decided to use the Big Twist Vortex in Beachy Splash. And I have to say that I agree with Cinnamon Stitches. She had used the same yarn in her, I think, most recent shawl. She started doing a second one, trying to make it a bit like her ethnic one that she did not too long ago. Both of which I find beautiful, don't get me wrong. But she was saying that she felt that the Beachy Splash was very muddled. The colors muddled together very badly. And it really was bothering her. And I just thought, with all the rest of the bright colors she's got on there, it does look a little bit muddled, but I didn't think much about it. I had previously made a bunch of heart bookmarks in the Beachy Splash and all of my Vortex colors at Valentine's. And so I got to see all the different colors in the thread very closely, very distinctly. And so I didn't imagine it would look so muddled. But I have to say, I'm only this far, okay, into creating the band that will be, the top part, the chest piece of the dress. And so far, I have to agree with Jennifer. It's muddled, and I'm afraid at this point in time that my daughter is not going to be very thrilled with this dress because its colors are just so, it almost does kind of look brown when you get into these oranges, the way that they're muddled together. I don't know if I can get it to focus. I don't know. Hopefully that did. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If I get the chest piece done and she doesn't like it, then I'm just going to rip it back and choose a different yarn, I think. But now I'm a little nervous. What else? I did tell you guys that my mommy friend that I've been hanging out with for about 2 years, I recently got her hooking again. And then when we hung out, excuse me, not yesterday, but 2 days before that, she brought along a new friend that I had never met before who is also a hooker. And so yesterday, all three of us hid in my yarn room here, hanging out and hooking while the kids were all up playing. And I couldn't love this for all of us more. It's awesome. I've never had a little hooking community. We sat around, had a little stitch and bitch session, and the kids are all having a blast and getting along, and it was beautiful. It was a really beautiful day. So, while she was here, actually, I'll just use her name, Amelia, the friend of 2 years or so, had called me out and asked me, well, whatever happened to your kitchen curtain that you were working on? So, I had to pull it out and show it to our new friend, and I'll show you guys a few little pieces. This past summer, I bought a bunch of embroidery thread, and I lost my mind and began making teeny tiny little granny squares in all sorts of colors. And so eventually they'll all get stitched together and become my kitchen curtains. That's just a few of the colorways I've done. But I have that bag and then another one that has started stitching. So lots of projects to work on. Today my goal is going to be to finish my tiniest's rainbow dress, and probably going to try to finish the robe today. I'm not sure, either the robe or the shawl, but dang it, I'm aiming for 2 things finished today. I'm so close on both of them. And I have several other things. I have 2 more commissions, a shawl and another robe. And then I have a wedding blanket I have to get done before my brother marries his girlfriend of 7 years, sorry, mid-June. So I've got a lot on my hands that I need to get my hands moving. So it was good. Check it in. I appreciate you guys. I love this community. I hope you are all well. I hope your weekend treats you wonderfully, and that you're doing things to honor yourself and your loves, your passions. Go live your life, because it's all happening. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.